115 charges FC. I'm not going to spend too much time on these guys. I'm a hater. Like, I don't need to hide it. I can't even hide it.
Guy,
But
we are
yes,
all
this
we're
news be
both
coming out that they've scored a big win against the Premier League and their associated party transaction laws. Yeah, so apparently Arsenal, United, and a bunch of other Premier League teams provided evidence to the
Liverpool.
Premier League, right? The quote unquote red cartel, right? And the teams that supported City,
The
Chelsea, Newcastle, and not
money
Chelsea,
men.
Newcastle, Everton, Nottingham Forest. Like, I mean,
Was nothing up there. I thought it was just
yeah,
everything.
Forest is there. Forest is there. This their win. They should enjoy it. I don't really know what it means,
No,
right?
but
But
they definitely. I'm sorry,
115 charges. If the Premier League should manage to botch that, I pity the product called Premier League. That's where I'll just leave this one.
bro. Like they've introduced something that's a issue for us now. Personally, 200
What?
million worth of loan free, interest free loans.
Interest-free loans. Yeah, the
Yeah,
shareholder thing. I mean, about that, right? Abramovich was doing that for a long time. Why did anybody not say anything about it? I think it's just this whole city thing that just like casted it, right? And
that's what I'm saying. Like you said, it's the red. They're trying to finger point against the red cartel. Like obviously, we don't have like our money men or our owners are not
I
even
mean,
like
whatever it is,
playing.
the rule isn't going to affect the deals that have already been done, right? It's only going to
Of
affect
course, of
future
course,
things. So
of
Arsenal
course.
should be fine, except you guys were planning to borrow more from those guys.
This guy, that's how we do our transfer
But
window
yo,
now.
now
We've
get
been
bar now. You guys are making bar. Like
which
you're
bar,
making money now. Come on, you're making money now.
bro?
You guys can afford all these things. Anyway, let's move on. Hmm. Injuries and the new football schedule.
Controversy now. Not even, bro. But again, like it's not even. A
I
lot of
mean,
guys
like,
have talked. A lot of guys have talked about this. Like obviously, Roger was the first one to start it. De Bruyne hopped
yes,
on it. Son.
Kunde,
I mean,
Son,
but
Timber, so many guys. Like, and
the,
I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. Like, we don't always like what we have to do. We don't always like our assignments. Everybody has a day job that they have to do. Like, we are not always passionate about our jobs, but we go ahead and do those jobs because that's what puts food on the table. You guys are professional footballers. The way I see it, you should just do your jobs. Yes, it is okay to complain about the schedule, but I mean, see this tweet from Rodri where he's saying he thinks they are close to going on strike over the football calendar, like threatening strike action. I don't know. I really don't know. These
no,
guys are getting
because
paid. These guys are getting paid way more than those players that played in the days when the schedule wasn't as packed. I think I think something has to give at some point. It's not just this sport alone. Like every other sport, like more money is flowing in, more responsibilities. With great power, as they say, right, comes great responsibility. So I mean, I'll
no,
just let Yimika counter because I know
no,
Yimika wants
that's
to come
there's no
from.
counter. There's no counter. I'm aligning with you, but that was a good point what you said about more sports because the NFL recently increased their games. Historically it was 16. I think now it's like 18, or is it 16 or 17? They're still
Yeah,
going to grow it again because
yeah, it's now 15 games.
they're using that as their ability to play more international games, to capture more of a wider audience, increase TV revenue, increase global presence. The NBA introduced an in-season tournament that increased the games by like 12 to 15 games, just as like a way to sort of increase more viewership for the season because the season is a long and a lot of people don't really play their most until the playoffs. So there's a correlation between the number of games that you're playing, and obviously like TV rights, because they need to showcase everything. Everybody's on TikTok, everybody's on Instagram. So I mean, all these guys are paying billions just to have those TV rights. They need to have content on a daily basis for them to sort
Yeah.
of validate that. And on the flip side of things, we're talking about schedule. These guys are flying private jets. When they say they are going from this place to this place, now private jet did it take them from one side to the other side,
So a bunch of
comfortable.
these, sorry to cut in, right? Like a bunch of these guys that complained publicly are injured now,
No,
coincidentally,
that
right?
that again, that
But
was what I was going to get at. They
are
still
they
get
getting
paid.
paid? Are they
They still
getting
get
paid or
paid.
not?
Like some of us, like if we get fall sick on job, like we have maximum sick days. There's no like
You get
uncapped
like they
free
will
for
cut
all
your
sick
pay.
days.
They will
Like
cut your
they'll
pay
start
at some point.
reducing it unless
People
it's
that
something
work
that
hourly,
happened on
like
work. So let's
in this
just
work,
be
you're not getting anything.
when you talk about taking strike, like that means like the money you already have in your bank account is so good. Like you don't need extra money. It's kind of what I see it as. Because everybody knows that when it comes to nightlife, all these guys now football players they run out.
Do you
Like
get? How
it's
old was Cantona when he retired? By the way, like I don't think he was also 33 when he retired.
bro Cantona that is still looking to
If
do
you're tired, if it's
uh,
stressing you, retire.
TV
You already have enough back.
appearances. TV appearances just to have bar. So like please, like these guys have no issues. Like please don't even put Luxor because that guy's a joker. He's a
No,
joker.
no, no. That's
He's
the
a
next guy.
joker.
That's the next guy. That's the next guy that I'm mad at. Right. That's the next guy I'm mad at. Look at this guy. So in June, he said it's kind of everyone's fault. Partly my fault, partly medical. Um, we apologize for technical difficulties that I was experiencing. I'll just, I mean, back to Luke Shaw, right? He's expected to be out for another 6 to 8 weeks after picking up another injury on the muscles of the leg he broke a couple of years ago. The club don't want to rush him back. This is someone who had not played for Manchester United since February or March. He goes to the Euros not fully fit. He comes back from the Euros, cannot resume preseason for Manchester United, and still cannot play for the club. And we're in October. We're expecting him to be out in like December at this point. It's frustrating really as a fan to see the way he has handled the whole situation.